Good evening. How are you today? I hope you're all doing great. It is the end of March. Let's see, it's March 29th, no, March 28th. And today is an exciting day because I am giving away, well, the biggest piece of selenite that I have right now for sale. And it's worth $45. It weighs 1.4 pounds. And it's a big piece of Utah ice, and I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. This is the piece that's being raffled today. So it's a big piece of Utah ice. It's about the size of my hand, actually. And the selenite is used for meditation, for channeling, for healing, communication, on and on and on. There's many ways to use it. I always have selenite around me when I'm channeling, so anyhow, we're going to do that at the end of the channeling. And the reason I'm giving this away is because I've hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I want to thank you for subscribing. I sure do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. And I hope you get something out of the channel. And it's been a blessing for me. So I just want to thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to play to win at the end of the channeling, but before we do that, I am going to channel the Pleiadians. And I think everyone probably is familiar with the Pleiadians because they're pretty well-known extraterrestrials or light beings. And the Pleiadians were the first ETs that I ever had contact with. I read the 3 Pleiadian books by Barbara Marciniak in the 90s. You've probably read them too. They're called Family of Light, Bringers of the Dawn, and Earth, the Living Library. Earth, the Living Library was my favorite one out of the trilogy. So I learned about them through her channeled work, and it was fascinating. It woke me up big time, you know, about the intergalactic intervention and colonization of planet Earth. But I did, excuse me, have contact with the Pleiadians as well. In 1999, I went to India because I'm in an Indian meditation practice. And I was in Chennai, and the Pleiadians came in the meditation hall and started talking to me in my ear. And their messages were really comforting and loving, and hold on, you're doing great, you know, things are going to be okay. Probably because I wasn't feeling that way at the time, but so they were talking to me literally. I heard them in my ear very clearly, and I think I was able to hear them because it was such a high frequency. It was such a high vibrational place where I was. It was a beautiful meditation hall where many, many people have meditated. So the energy was palpable and it was high. And then they came to me again a few years later when I was in Colorado on an outward bound trip. And basically, that was not the easiest thing for me to do. It required athletic ability, and I was like, what? I have to climb these ropes and cross and get over there? Anyhow, so I was in a tent on a mountain really high up, I mean at like 12,000 feet. And they came to me again, and they started talking. Only that time, they facilitated a initiation or a process for me. So one of the gurus of Sahaj Marg was there, from my meditation group. My friend Thor was there, who I channel now, and the Pleiadians were there. But I went through a jump in my chakras. I went up from my solar plexus chakra into my heart, and the guru did a whole big ritual ceremony for me. So it was very special. But I'm trying to remember if I was talking to the Pleiadians the same day. It was definitely probably at the same time. But again, they were just bringing messages of, it's going to be great, you're doing great, you know, comforting me. So anyhow, I've had just 2 experiences with them, and that was a long time ago. Well, I channeled them, but I mean when they came and talked to me directly. So the Pleiadians are very high-vibing beings, and they are very, very intertwined with humanity. And you would consider them, or you could consider them, humanity's ancestors. They colonized the planet, and they had a lot to do with human evolution. And they're very loving, they're full of light, they're very creative, very joyful, very artistic. If you know a musician or an artist, there's a good chance that they're Pleiadian. Not always, but there's a good chance. They're very community-oriented. So they're great, great ETs. And then later on, I came into contact with other ETs. But the Pleiadians were the first ones. They were my entree into interdimensional realities. So I want to say hi to everyone that's on the chat. Hey, Angelique. Hey, Susan. And hi, Guadalupe. It's nice to see you. Glad you're here. So anyhow, I'm going to channel the Pleiadians. I have channeled them before. It has been a while. And I knew that I channeled a light language because I've spoken it before. But I didn't know what language it was. I had really no idea. And I took a light language class actually a few days ago, and I was told I channeled Pleiadian. So, and basically she activated us for other light languages. So I think I speak more than one, but tonight I'm going to speak Pleiadian. And it's very, very recognizable because they speak very, very fast, and they have a certain cadence. And when you talk in light language, it's kind of weird, you know, if you're not used to it, it sounds foreign, it sounds like a foreign tongue. But when the ETs speak in their own language and they transmit to you using their own language, it does seem that the transmission, the healing, the message is more powerful, and it comes right into your field. So what I thought we'd do is I'd channel a message from the Pleiadian in English, and then they're going to go and do a healing process in their own language, and then we're going to do the raffle. So that's the order of things. There was something else that I wanted to mention. I'm trying to remember what it was, but oh, well, no matter. So that is how we're going to do the show tonight. And if you have any requests of the Pleiadians, go ahead and type them out now so I can read them now. And we can ask them to address that in their message or in their healing process tonight. Yeah, they're really, 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 really fantastic. You can connect to the Pleiadians. Most people can pretty easily because they've had so much to do on planet Earth, and they've been involved with humans for a long time. So it's you can connect with them. Most people can. Oh, okay. Well, what should I do about my family situation and my career vocation? Okay, we can ask them to submit some energy to you for that through the Pleiadian light language. Let's keep the request general, though, so that everybody can partake. Okay? So, but I'll ask them to do that. Family situation and career vocation. Okay. All right. So if you will, go ahead and take 3 deep breaths in and out. I also wanted to mention that the Pleiadians were the first ETs that had direct contact with humans. Billy Meyer was a contactee, There have been books that have been channeled where Pleiadian messages have come through. Barbara Handclow's another example of a Pleiadian channel. I read her book as well. And the Pleiadians are always there if you need help. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so just rest and just relax. Go into your heart and find that small, still space in your heart and connect to it. And just breathe. Okay. So at this time, I would like to invite in a Pleiadian representative or collective, and I'm asking that they give a message to the audience here today and anyone that might view this live stream in the future. And we're asking for a message in English and then one in your own language. Okay, so I'm asking the Pleiadians to come in. I ask for protection, bringing in 100,000 warrior protection angels around myself and anyone watching this video now or later. Bringing in the archangels Gabriel, Michael, Ariel, Raphael. Lastly, I ask that the Lemurian Mother Goddess oversee and overlight this channeling. Also want to mention that most Lemurians that came down were Pleiadian, and chances are that you know more than one Pleiadian starseed walking around. All right, so let's bring them in and let's get the channeling going. Well, good evening. I am so happy to be here with you today. I am happy to make your acquaintance and happy to be expressing the Pleiadian energy in your reality. My name is I'm getting Soleava, and I am a Pleiadian captain of a starship that is based outside of Earth in your atmosphere. The ship is not large. It consists of about 10 to 15 people on rotation. I shouldn't say people, we're actually all Pleiadian. And the ship goes around the Earth and it attends to hotspots, or it goes to places on the Earth where there are situations in need of dire help or healing energy. One example would be the forest fires last year in California, Oregon, and other parts of the United States. We also go to places of warfare. We go to natural disasters, and basically we go to places where there are people rioting, where there's chaos, where there is unrest, where there is anger, hatred, negative energies coming up. And we are sent there to help calm the situation down and to bring in an energy of reason, an energy of logic, an energy of calming, soothing, and peace. And so oftentimes we travel alone, but sometimes we travel in fleets. And yes, there are Pleiadian bases upon your planet. These bases are sometimes even underwater, but there is a base in the Elk Mountains. There is a base, of course, near Mount Shasta in California, because we are in close contact with the Lemurians upon your planet, who we consider our descendants. We are here to help humans reach a higher, more loving, more beautiful, and more, you could say, integral or whole part of themselves. The Pleiadians actually have entered your reality at this time from the future. The channel, what she forgot to tell you, and we are going to tell you for her, is that she came from the future many, many, many years away from this time and space, and many of you did. And she came through the Pleiades, through the Pleiadian portal, into your solar system, first going to Saturn and then to Mars and then to Earth to do her soul mission, which started many, many, many years ago in ancient Lemuria. And so she has been incarnating ever since. But she is from the far future. The reason the Pleiadians are coming in from the far future, and she does consider herself a Pleiadian galactically. That is who she resonates with most out of all of the interdimensional ETs. But the Pleiadians have come to your reality from the future because from our perspective, way in the future, we saw that there was a degradation or a dumbing down or a controlling of the human population utilizing artificial intelligence and technology. This happened due to dark forces wanting to usurp the free will of humanity. And so as we watch this scenario take place in the future, we analyzed it and came to understand that there was a time in space, a time in place, a place where we could enter your reality and really make a difference. So many Pleiadians started their travels coming to your Earth in ancient Lemuria. That culture existed mainly as a Pleiadian hologram, and where many angels came as well, but they came through the Pleiadian portals into this galaxy and then onto Earth. The Lemurian energy was essentially Pleiadian. However, there were other starseeds that came to participate, especially later on during that culture. And the purpose was to bring a very, very high vibrational hologram to Earth so that Earthlings, the beings here, could be lifted into higher frequencies, and that humans could come into self-restoration. Some of these Lemurians who were Pleiadians went on to Atlantis. Some of them took a break and went back to the Pleiades. Some of them incarnated and spent their time in spaceships like the one I am in now. So everyone who has had a contract with Mother Earth and the humans here has taken on their own unique path, their own unique set of incarnations. But we have been with humanity since time immemorial. You would consider us your ancestors. And we have been helping humanity develop during all of that time. So there have been spaceships in the skies, Pleiadian ships, 100,000 years ago. And there will be Pleiadian ships in your sky in the future, in your skies. However, we analyzed Earth's many choices. You must understand that there are many different timelines and many different realities that exist all at once. But we did notice that there was a situation on Earth, especially around this time, where technology started to rear its encroachment upon the human soul, that we realized that we could come in and make a difference. So that is why we are here in the year 2021. And this time, we backtracked and we started making our presence known by contacting certain human individuals, common lay people, also ambassadors, delegates, even presidents, to let them know that the path that humanity was going on was not going to be beneficial for them in the future, and that there were other alternatives. So the Pleiadians have interfered at your war games, you could say. Prime Creator has made it known that there will not be a nuclear war on this planet in the timeline that you're watching right now. And so we do work with the Syrians and other ETs to stop those types of catastrophes from happening. And like we said, we go around to many different hotspots on the planet, and we send healing energy, calming energy, balancing energy to make things a little more graceful in this transition that has been difficult for many. It has been difficult because human beings have gotten locked into a reincarnational cycle. They work off their karma, but then they accumulate new karma every lifetime. So it's like they're on a hamster wheel. The only way for humans to really get out of this situation of suffering is to develop themselves spiritually. And because most humans have been locked down in survival mode for many a long lifetime, they feel pressured to make money, make ends meet, do this, do that, and they do not devote their time to spirituality. But we would say it is more important for your soul to have yourself develop spiritually than it is for you to keep incarnating on the cycle. In this earth, keep creating in this earth, creating more and more karma, because you'll just get pulled back here because of those experiences. So the best thing for humans to do is to elevate their frequency, raise their vibration, and you can do this many ways: through meditation, through prayer, through channeling, through opening your heart, through divine selfless service, but also through contacting ETs and working with ETs. Many ETs here, not just Pleiadian, but many ETs all around this earth, have a vested interest in making sure that things work out here, because their lineages, not only are you our descendants, you are their descendants. And everything that happens on Earth has ramifications elsewhere, because we seeded the Earth with our genetics. If Earthlings go down the tubes, then it is not so good for us in our realities. Do you understand? And it is not so good for the Syrians and the Lyrans, the Vegans, and all of the other beings here that have donated their DNA, including reptilians. So everyone, all of the ETs here, most of them have a vested interest in making sure that humans stay on track, progress, go through spiritually developing and enlightening themselves. And why shouldn't you? You are all divine creator beings, light beings. Some of you are very powerful, vast beings in time and space. You are having an earthly experience, but there's no reason why you need to be caught or stuck in third dimensional density. Some of you are volunteers. Some of you volunteered to come here and help humanity raise its consciousness. And others of you have been coming here all along. You are earth seeds, and you want to go out further now. You want to go out into the stars and see what that life is all about. And we are here to assist you with that. So we want to tell you that we love humanity because we see ourselves in you. We see the curiosity, the seeking of knowledge, the experimentation, the fun, the fierce loyalty that you have to the ones you love. We see this and we resonate with this. These are some of our traits, very much so. And so we love you like you are our children, because we definitely have that emotional connection. We're very much like humans. We look like humans. We can talk like humans, and we have some very similar interests that humans have. So We consider you part of our family. We consider you part of us. Galactics, you're just here on Earth, and we're just in the skies in this particular time and space, but those roles could be reversed anytime, 5,000 years ago or 5,000 years in the future. So our greatest prayer is that humanity stays on track, that humanity ascends to the highest frequency possible during these times. We pray that all of the people here that are suffering, that they don't suffer needlessly, and that the suffering takes them somewhere. You have all heard the message that sometimes you need to hit rock bottom to really change, to pick yourselves up and go on. That might be true, but there is no sense in people hitting rock bottom again and again and again in various lifetimes with no way out. We want to help people rise up, take their power back, throw off the dark overlords who have been polluting and controlling this planet for centuries, longer than centuries. We want to support you. We want to be your advocates. And we do that with unconditional love. Many of you have Pleiadian histories, Pleiadian roots, Pleiadian loves, Pleiadian attachments. In fact, many of your pets are Pleiadian. Some of the Pleiadian beings come in as dogs or cats, just to give you support and love and to let you know that everything is okay. Everything is going to be okay. So these are exciting times. These are the times of ascension. There are many Pleiadian ships all over the planet, and we come and go. There are ships usually along the coastlines of countries, and usually there are ships that move around depending on where we're needed. And of course, there are bases here. So we hope that you reach out to us, connect to us. You can call us in if you ever have a problem. We specialize in using light energy, and we can blast through many dark energies and remove entities just by using the force of our light. Our technology is one of light. So we send you our highest blessings and our highest love. And right now we are going to speak to you in our native tongue. We are going to address Angelique's issue about her vocation and her family. And we are also going to do a general cleanse for you. We decided to help you work on your throat chakras. We are going to work with your throat chakras tonight. We are going to remove blocks. We are going to bolster the energy, and we are going to bring out the fine points of communication that you all have within your throat chakras. The throat chakra encompasses, of course, communication, but it also encompasses knowledge, love, and understanding. It's a very important chakra because it connects the higher mind and the higher self to the heart. So we are going to do a general cleanse of this chakra, and we are also going to send you lots and lots of energies. Consider it a blast from the past, because we're Pleiadians. Not only do we come to you far in the future, we seeded this planet many, many, many years ago in ancient times. So, and we can travel between those various times. So we would like to say thank you for listening. We love you so much. I am available to all of you. My ship is available to all of you. If you would like to see the ship, ask. And then one day we will show ourselves to you. So here we go. I send you my highest love. Amen. Focus on your throat chakras, please. Kasi pwede ko rin, pwede ko sila ba? Kasi pwede ko rin, pwede mo sila ba ba? Pwede ko rin, pwede ko rin, pwede ko rin, ako mo siya na pwede ko sila ba naman naman ikaw lang. Pwede siya na, pwede ko siya na pwede ko ba? Hala ba siya na naman eh? Hala siya na ka rin, pwede ba siya? Pwede mo siya na pwede ba? Haka pwede ko siya na pwede ko rin, pwede ko rin. Pwede ko rin siya na pwede ko rin, pwede ko rin. Hasya pwede ko rin, pwede ko rin, pwede ko rin. We ask that you open your throat chakra as widely as possible. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more times, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. And those of you who would like a more conscious connection to your Pleiadian guides, either your ancestors, your descendants, or the guides that can help you in the next steps on your spiritual journey, open your heart and we will make this connection possible. You do not need to participate, but those of you who would like a closer connection, please open your hearts. And now the channel will return. Well, it's nice to be back. This is Donna Carroll, and yes, I resonate really, really closely to the Pleiadians and the Pleiadians' energy. They're the first star beings that communicated with me and came into my consciousness. They have a beautiful high frequency, and they are available to all of us. We can call them in and utilize their light technology to help with our healing process. So I hope you enjoyed the transmission. If you felt anything, send me a comment, let me know. They said they were going to send you a blast of energy. So hopefully you got it. Anyhow, so now we are going to move on to the next segment of this YouTube show, and we are going to raffle off a piece of Utah ice. Utah ice is the highest grade selenite in the world. The highest grade selenite in the world. Beautiful Utah ice. It looks like glass, looks like a mirror. This piece is the largest piece that I have currently. It's 1.4 pounds. And whoever wins this piece of selenite, I am going to bring in your guides, your angelic guides, meaning warrior protection angels, cleansing angels, communication angels, channeling angels. I'm going to work with this piece, have your guides come through, and then I'm going to mail it to you. And so hopefully you'll sleep with it, you'll channel with it, you know, it'll be your lucky stone. So, and in case you didn't know, selenite has the highest frequency of all crystals on the planet. And the only thing that has a higher frequency than selenite is a rose. So roses and selenite, put them in your house, you'll be set. All right, so here's how we're going to play the game. I am going to imagine a color in my third eye, and I'm going to transmit it to all of you, okay? Now, I want you to get the message, get the color, and then I want you to email me at lemuriandonnacarroll@gmail.com. So that's LEMURIAN Donna Carroll @gmail.com. And if you don't know how to spell it, if you go to my channel and click on About, it'll have my email address spelled there, but it's lemuriandonnacarroll@gmail.com. So what time is it now? It's 20 of 7 my time. So I don't know what time it is where you're at, but it's 20 of 7 my time. So I'm going to pick the winner by 8 o'clock. So in an hour and 15 minutes, I'm going to go through all the emails, and the person that comes up with the color or the closest match will win the selenite. And this retails for $45. Okay, so what was I going to say? Now, let's say, and I'm not thinking this color, okay, but let's say I was thinking about a color and it was magenta, okay? And nobody wrote back and said it was magenta, but someone said pink and someone said hot pink. The person that said hot pink would win because that's closest to magenta. So that's how it's going to work, okay? All right. So here we go. I'm going to transmit the color to you now. We'll take, and I'm going to do this for like 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Just receive it. Let's see how psychic you guys are. Okay, that's it. So if more than one person gets the right answer, I'll figure out something, but there might be multiple winners, okay? So remember, you have an hour and 15 minutes. Send me your answer, just one word, to lemuriandonnacarroll@gmail.com. And then tonight, I will send out an email letting you know who won. And of course, whoever does win, I need to get your address. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Try the light language sometime. I started speaking it just, here. And my cats love it. They get really happy. So it really does raise the frequency. All right, I hope you guys have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. Don't forget to get in your emails.